I've seen the hashtag never conservative trending on X a few times recently, and to people who post this, I honestly want to hear from you in the comments. Why? Why are you so set on never voting for conservative, as they are the clear alternative to the current liberal government? If the Conservative Party was in for the last 8 years, for example, and the cost of housing, rent, mortgage payments doubled, especially in a massive country with so much available land, I would definitely be voting for whatever the opposite or whatever party had the best chance of winning the next election against the incumbents. How impossibly expensive does life in Canada have to get before the hashtag never conservative crowd rethinks their dogmatism? Is it just that you think voting conservative is cringe or something? How can you not seriously be considering an alternative party at this point? Perhaps you already own a house and are already relatively wealthy. But even if that is the case, can you have some empathy for your fellow Canadians? What about the rest of us who are hoping to achieve home ownership and financial freedom? There's so many depressing stats in the current state of home affordability. The average home in Canada is still $650,000, and mortgage rates are not even rock bottom anymore like they were a couple of years ago. That's $650K plus a mortgage rate around 5 to 7%. Meanwhile, the average salary in Canada is only about $55,000 to $63,000, but even that number is skewed by the small percentage of earners at the top that are driving that up. The median, or the most common salary in Canada, is actually closer to around $42,000. This discrepancy is so unfair to Canadians who are working or middle class. Canada has become a country for the rich. And isn't that part of what liberals claim they are against? So again, how bad do these numbers have to get? How many people do we need to see living on the streets or see living paycheck to paycheck with no hope of home ownership before we decide that maybe hashtag never conservative is not the best idea if that means keeping things as they are as the status quo?